be because I was kind of poor growing up, and I thought that a microphone was a hairbrush until like I was like 24, and I was like, oh! So I have natural projection. You know what I'm saying, Harley. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. I'm really excited because there's so much to talk about, you know, with family, isn't there? So I had to narrow it down. It was like, do I want to talk about, you know, the affairs? No, you know, no. So I'm titling my story, Why the Wards Should Never Ever Go on a Vacation Again. And they haven't since I was 11, so my family got it too, that we shouldn't. It probably starts a little bit about my family. There are 4 girls, and the age difference is 9 years. So pretty much in my household, since I'm the youngest, I was 3 years old, there was a 13-year-old girl living in the house. So for the rest of that time period on, there was always an angsty teenage girl. So my poor father. One thing with our family is my mom would always go to like Meijer or Target or something and buy those like nice wooden frames with the collage photos in them, you know, where you can put them. She had the darndest time trying to put like the photos in there because she could never find a good photo. I mean, there was always someone that was like mad or like this or, you know, or just fighting. So they're all on the wall. There's a lot of landscape. Or she just cuts the one that's pouting out. She just cut it with scissors, but, you know, we have them. I'm sure some of the examples of like why we should go on vacations are, one year my grandma flew all of us out to England. And on this trip for me, I was only 5 years old. At the age of 5 years old, I realized that I can make my sisters hate me. My sister Laura still has not forgiven me for the fact that one day we went out and England's cold. I don't know this is a 5-year-old. I pack my shorts and my t-shirt and I'm freezing, and my mom makes my sister Laura, who's 7 years older than me, give me her sweatshirt. I still hear about this. And when I go on a trip, I always have a sweatshirt because I'm like afraid that someone's going to hate me and be mean to me for 20 years. And also my sister, who's only 20 months older than me, so we were called the babies, so like pretty much like, you know, when she learned about Santa Claus at an appropriate age of like 8, I learned at maybe not an appropriate age of 6, that there wasn't one. Because my parents were like, just get it over with. Katie, come here. Yeah. So when we went to England, I was the type of child, like when we went anywhere that kind of gets distracted by shiny things or just pretty much anything that's right there. So my parents bought the like wristband leashes. And my sister was so mad at me because she had to have one too. So we're like, well, if we put Katie on a leash, we got to put Sarah on a leash. And she didn't need to be, but I definitely do because I do remember being in England and having this a lot. I would have gotten lost. And then there was the trip where the babies couldn't go, Hawaii. Sarah and I were able to go, but that is, we stayed at my grandma's house and I learned how to fold grocery bags, so I've had more fun. And then there was the camping trip. The one and only camping trip that the Ward family ever went on together. Why was there only one camping trip? Well, maybe one is because we went during a drought. It was a drought summer. No, not when we got there. It started to rain, and our neighbors told us to leave. And then on top of that, when we didn't leave, we stayed. And my dad, you know, tried to make the best of it. My sister's like 15 at this time and wants to get a hickey from her boyfriend, and I'm running around the camp trying to figure out what a hickey is, and my dad's like, I'm going to make a great breakfast for all you girls, and he goes out and he gets a skillet and he's trying to make pancakes, but the rain's coming in because the tarp leaks, because we have not used this tarp, and I think my parents got it as a wedding gift, so it's leaking, and my mom said she just sat there watching while my dad was trying to make pancakes, but they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then finally we had to leave because my sister Jennifer was so sick, and she was sick throughout this whole trip, but they're like, no, we're camping. We're spending 2 weeks together. We bought a giant raft, but didn't buy anything to blow it up with. So to pack up the station wagon. And my sister is so sick at this point, and she's shivering, and all of our blankets and things are wet. And my dad is a cop, and was on the SWAT team, so he's like looking through the car, and he literally pulled out a body bag, and wrapped my in a body bag. So we never made it camping again. And there'd always be like years in between this before we go on a trip. I always thought it was because we were poor, but now I just realized that, like, no, my parents were just smart. So I remember we went to Disneyland. My grandma took our family again, you know, a magical trip. So, of course, you know, going to Disneyland, we had to go to Florida, and we had to do the traditional, which we always did. Did anybody else's family, no matter where you were, you could be in England, you could be in Montgomery, Alabama, Mackinac Island, and they always find a fucking canyon to have us all sit on to take a photo. Oh, but I think this is the final straw. Like, we're all in this line. I'm like 2 years away from getting my period. Sarah was too, because we got it the same week. Both our first periods. And, you know, we're all like, and my dad's like, you know, in his traditional, like, what a father should wear to Disneyland, you know, the knee-high socks, a fisherman hat, even though I don't think he knows how to fish, and he has the cameras on, and he's like, I'm going to get everyone ice cream, and we're all like, Dad, no, we're going to go to Space Mountain or Magic Mountain, like, stay in line. He's like, no, everyone's hot, I'm just going to get ice cream real quick. So he goes to get ice cream, and of course the line's moving, like we said it was. So we see my dad, like having like 6 ice creams in his hand, because none of us wanted to go with him. Imagine what his outfit was. And we're like moving, and we're like, Dad. So he's like running. And we're all just standing there, we're like, no, don't do it, Dad, don't do it. And he's like, the camera and the ice cream, and he's like, I'm going to make at least one of my daughters happy. Oh, I was on the SWAT team 5 years ago. I can jump over this. And he goes and jump